Let me set the scene for you. Jennifer Aniston, the woman who has maintained cool, untouchable, effortlessly iconic energy for 3 consecutive decades, who has survived more tabloid abuse than almost any celebrity alive, who rebuilt her public image after one of the most publicly dissected divorces in Hollywood history and came out the other side looking better than when she went in, is apparently dating a hypnotist, a wellness coach, a manifestation guru, a self-help author who discusses relationship flare-ups on podcasts with the energy of someone permanently auditioning to host couples therapy in Malibu. His name is Jim Curtis, and every single article describing him sounds like it was written by someone who typed emotionally available silver fox who owns singing bowls into an AI generator and published the first result. The internet has questions. The internet has many, many questions, and honestly, some of them are fair. So who exactly is Jim Curtis? Because that is genuinely where this story needs to start. Jim Curtis is a hypnotist, wellness coach, manifestation practitioner, and self-help author whose entire professional identity is built around emotional healing, spiritual alignment, and the kind of language that sounds profound in an Instagram caption and slightly suspicious when you examine it for more than 45 seconds. This is a man whose career exists at the specific intersection of celebrity culture and the wellness industrial complex, the same ecosystem that has been charging Hollywood's most anxious and most wealthy residents extraordinary amounts of money for breathing exercises, crystal work, and vibrational realignment for the better part of 2 decades. He sounds like someone who charges $900 to teach you how to exhale correctly under a full moon, and nobody is apologizing for that description because it is extremely specific and extremely accurate to a very real type of person who exists in Los Angeles. And somehow, Jennifer Aniston, who spent years being one of the most carefully private celebrities in the industry, who famously kept her personal life locked down after the very public unraveling of her marriage to Brad Pitt, is now openly attached to this man, with sources leaking updates about how serious they are getting and how significant this relationship is, and how she is bonding with his teenage son, and how his ex-wife approves of her. That last detail is the one that deserves a moment of attention, because it is an unusually specific piece of information to be floating around in the press. His ex-wife approves. His son is meeting her. She has made peace with motherhood not being in her future. Every individual update sounds like it was carefully selected from a list of things specifically designed to make this relationship seem grounded, emotionally evolved, and spiritually endorsed by everyone in the vicinity, which is either genuinely what is happening, or it is the most comprehensively packaged celebrity relationship rollout since the concept of the soft launch was invented. And here is what is making the internet skeptical in a specific way that goes beyond normal celebrity gossip noise. The story of Jennifer Aniston and Jim Curtis does not read like a romance. It reads like a wellness retreat that got out of hand. Every update sounds like it came directly from a manifestation podcast episode. The language around this relationship, peace, alignment, healing, acceptance, is so precisely calibrated to the current cultural conversation about emotional health and personal growth that it almost functions as a genre. It has the energy of a couple that drinks celery juice together in total silence and counts it as intimacy. And when every article describing your boyfriend sounds like a sponsored advertisement for emotional alignment, the people reading those articles are going to notice. There is also the timing issue, which is doing nothing to quiet the skepticism. One moment they are quietly vacationing in Spain, the appropriate level of low-key for someone who values privacy the way Aniston claims to. The next moment, Jim Curtis is appearing in headlines attached to her name with the frequency and consistency of someone running an active PR insertion campaign. The escalation from private to everywhere happened with a speed that does not match the careful, measured approach Jennifer has historically taken with her personal life. And when a celebrity relationship goes from quiet to fully narrative-shaped in a very short window, people start asking who is managing the narrative and why. Now, The part of this story that deserves to be handled carefully, because underneath all the jokes about singing bowls and manifestation coaches, there is a real human situation that the tabloid ecosystem treated reprehensibly for years. Jennifer Aniston has been publicly dragged about motherhood for 2 decades. She has spoken openly about going through IVF privately, while the media was simultaneously publishing cover stories painting her as selfish and career-obsessed for not having children. The fertility struggle was real, the pain was real, and it was happening in private while the world turned it into clickbait with a different headline every 6 months. Now, seeing stories about her accepting that biological motherhood may not be in her future, that lands differently than regular celebrity gossip because it is connected to something genuinely difficult that a real person lived through while an industry made money off her private grief. That deserves acknowledgement regardless of how skeptical the rest of this conversation is. And the skepticism is legitimate without negating any of that. Because celebrity wellness men have a documented track record that is, to put it generously, mixed. The spiritually enlightened life coach boyfriend is a Hollywood archetype that tends to follow a specific timeline. Introduction, escalating press coverage, peace and healing language, approximately 6 months, and then a revelation that he was charging people $400 to scream into the ocean while holding crystals purchased from an Etsy shop with a 5-star rating. This is not slander. This is pattern recognition based on available data. Maybe Jim Curtis genuinely is the grounded, emotionally evolved, calming presence that every article keeps describing. Maybe Jennifer Aniston found something real and quiet and genuinely good for her in a man whose entire professional identity is built around the language of emotional wellness. People do grow. Priorities do shift. The person who seemed incompatible on paper sometimes turns out to be exactly what someone needed. That is real, and it happens. But if the relationship feels more like a brand activation than a romance, if every update reads like it was approved before it was leaked, if the emotional evolution narrative feels too clean and too consistent to be organic, then the internet's skepticism is not people looking too hard into business that is not theirs. It is people recognizing a pattern they have seen before and asking reasonable questions about what is actually underneath the packaging. Jennifer Aniston either finally found her peace or Hollywood has officially entered its wellness boyfriend era, and the rest of us are simply along for the celery juice. Either way, this feels less like a romance and more like a Netflix documentary in its early production phases. Drop your honest read in the comments. Are you buying this as genuine, or does something feel off to you too? Like the video if this breakdown put words to what you were already sensing, and subscribe so you are here for every update this situation inevitably generates. See you next time.